O ye sons of man, how long will ye turn my glory into shame? How long will ye love vanity and seek after leasing? But know that the Lord has set apart him that is godly for himself. The Lord will hear when I call on him. Stand in awe and sin not.
As we jump into a new year of concerns surrounding housing and affordability, Canada continues to grapple with a post-pandemic surge in homelessness. The Canadian Alliance to End Homelessness estimates between 260,000 to 300,000 Canadians experience homelessness in a given year.
If you're wondering why the government is fixated on stopping small boats and hotel accommodation for migrants, here's why.
This is literally the fault line that is dividing communities in Britain at the moment around the accommodation of asylum seekers.
More and more demos are happening outside migrant and refugee hotels. A small handful have turned violent. A month ago in Knowsley near Liverpool, a police van was set alight. There were 15 arrests.
Hey! I will not accept fighting!
It's very hard to make people calm down with the real fear of dying and going into the water.
يعني لو عاد بك الزمن مستحيل بنصح اي واحد بده يسافر لا يسافر عن طريق البحر. شوي خلاص.
It's murder season in China. What I'm watching on my phone right now is something that I cannot show you. But I'll try my best to put at least some of it up on the screen for you. But fair warning, if you're squeamish, or if you're afraid of the truth stripping the rose tint off of those glasses of yours, perhaps give this one a skip. There's something about March 19th this year in China, and it has kicked off China's annual murder season. At about 8 p.m. on March 19th in the Dongcheng district of China's capital, Beijing, a black car intentionally sped into the bike lane, sending people flying, leaving a mess of dead and injured cyclists and pedestrians. When confronted, the driver simply started screaming at the crowd. Police on the scene were telling people to delete any videos they took of the incident off of their mobile phones. This is according to a Beijing-based reporter for Taiwan's central news agency. On the same day, 900 miles away, at the Taizhou Vocational and Technical College, a student went on a vehicular homicidal rampage on campus, mowing down students on their way to class. Again, leaving a trail of dead and injured. Not a pretty picture. It doesn't end there. A few months ago, a despicable bastard intentionally ran over and murdered young school children on their way to school in rural China. Killing little children, for crying out loud. People ram through busy intersections and crosswalks. Bike and pedestrian lanes? How many of these have you heard of? Genuine question. Look, I'm sure you're aware, but me telling you about this, even if I don't show it, is not something that YouTube allows. And I get it. This isn't exactly cheery subject matter, and these scenes are incredibly graphic. Even if I don't show them to you, describing them makes this video ineligible for monetization on YouTube. But, you know what? That's okay. I sometimes have to cover the difficult topics that no one else will. In fact, my videos are often demonetized or simply cannot be monetized. Again, that's okay. Because I don't do this for the money. I genuinely want China to change for the better. And the only way things will ever change is if we discuss what's wrong.
After entering the store, police say customers were ordered to get to the ground. The suspects then went to town, stealing about $51,000 worth of high-end merchandise.
We had a shoplifter in the store, and we had escorted him out of the store 4 times. The 5th time, he got upset and he threatened us.
In each case, the thieves are in and out quickly, taking off with tens of thousands of dollars in merchandise.
The smash and grab efforts, they go in and swipe everything off the shelves, and oftentimes they're loading into a stolen vehicle.
The problem getting so bad, New York State is setting up a task force to tackle it.
It aims to bolster security measures for businesses and establishes task forces within law enforcement that specifically target shoplifters.
Our criminal justice system is insane.
Police investigating 2 violent attacks that happened just hours apart in Times Square.
This same area, you have multiple migrant shelters.
This is the location where 2 NYPD officers were attacked by a group of migrants just last month.
This knife and this broom handle, police say, were involved in an attack seen from surveillance video near 8th Avenue and 42nd Street.
So what does all this say about safety in that area?
Everything just seems out of control.
I mean, it's definitely not something I've seen in the last 12 years that I've lived here.
ICE confirming that 2 of the suspects in this case are members of a brutal Venezuelan gang. That gang is called Tren de Aragua.
At first glance, it appears that these security guards are delivering canned foods to Glide Memorial Church in San Francisco. But let's go back a few minutes.
They took them out, they left them outside of our hotel.
You see, these cans were left on the side of the building because they weren't wanted. In fact, a lot of food wasn't wanted. So why would people get in line to get food for the needy if they're not really in need?
They're selling it.
For how much?
I don't know, but for a profit. They're turning a program for the needy into a program for the greedy. It's a shame.
So let me try to explain in the simplest way I can. Glide Memorial Church, located on Reverend Cecil Williams Way, also known as Ellis Street, every year hands out bags of groceries to people in need, and that's a good thing. But after some people get the bags of free food, they quickly sell the contents of the bags for about $5. Now I know what you're thinking, it's their bags, they can do whatever they want, and you are correct. Except, let's look at what's happening here. Notice a lady folding up the bag that was given by Glide. Soon, she notices me recording and tries to hide the bag. Notice there are about 5 bags there, not including the folded one. What is happening is people are getting in line multiple times to get their free bags of food. They carry backpacks and suitcases so they can offload their ill-gotten gains and return in line. Then take out the unwanted items.
We have a lot of people here in San Francisco that are really hungry and they can use that food.
But it gets worse. Some of the food will never make it to anyone's table. Instead, some will end up in landfills. See these ladies by the garbage can? Well, they're tossing what they don't need or can't sell. Here, I'll show you multiple cans of food for the needy thrown away. And if that's not the purest form of people behaving badly, I don't know what is. In San Francisco, Stanley Roberts, KRON 4 News.
For those who plan their vacations around spas or theme parks, it might bring a queasy shock to realize that an alarming number of Americans plan their vacations around the flesh of children. Every day, young girls are bought and sold in developing countries where the grim economics provide a cheap and vast selection for the average sex tourist. And after a 6-month investigation, we found that Americans are not only buying, some are also selling But little do they know, the authorities are also watching, even over there. And tonight, Nightline producer Alex Waterfield and ABC's Alex Marquardt take us to the Philippines.
Tonight, in a far-flung part of the Philippines, Arthur Benjamin is in a good mood.
All the 30 girls running around, I'm good.
Laughing, drinking, ogling the girls dancing on stage at this bar, which he says he owns.
This is your life. In a nutshell, pretty much.
Benjamin is a 49-year-old American suspected of having sex with underage girls and selling them for sex out of this bar called Crowbar.
Haiti is on the verge of the abyss. The US on Thursday issued the highest level of warning for Haiti as heavily armed gangs expand their control.
U.S. authorities now warning all Americans to get out now.
Where 80% of the capital is controlled by ruthless gangs.
We've been taken around by a bunch of gangsters and they're all armed with 2 guns in their pants.
They're all boys. Militias roam the neighborhoods and terrorize, raping women and capturing foreigners for ransom.
What's the worst that could happen?
Worst? Kidnapped them. Excuse me.
In the past 12 months, more than 2,400 people have been killed in Port-au-Prince, the capital city where I'm heading all by myself. What is it like inside gangster-controlled slums, and how difficult will it be to film on these streets?
Hey, what's up, Hey!
The year was 2018. Most of Haiti was protesting against their government. The anger was against this man, Jovenel Moïse. He was then the president of the country. On November 13, the focus was on the capital, Port-au-Prince. Right next to the parliament, there's a famous slum. It's called La Saline. Around 4 in the afternoon, a police truck arrived there. The locals did not know why. Maybe the cops were trying to end the gang wars. If so, it was good news for them. But what happened next was blood-curdling. The men went on a shooting spree. They knocked on doors, dragged people out and shot them, all in broad daylight. And soon the gangs joined in. In 24 hours, around 21 civilians had been killed. Not gang members, not criminals, ordinary civilians. They were killed. In the next few days, that number went up to 71. Around 7 women were raped and 400 houses were gutted. It's still not clear why this happened. Some say the police were actually gangs in fake uniforms. Others say the cops joined hands with the gangs. The question is why? Possibly to deter protests in La Saline. But either way, one thing is clear. The La Saline massacre was not a one-off. Last year, 5,000 Haitians died in street violence. Gangs have overrun the capital and the government is nowhere to be seen.
Today from the global lane, Kim Jong-un launches another missile into the Sea of Japan. Is North Korea on the precipice of war?
Kim Jong-un believes that the United States is in global retreat and that essentially he can pretty much do what he wants.
Chaos and violence continue in Haiti. People are desperate to get out. Food and other relief can't get in. So who's in charge?
I don't think the country's being run at all. We need to pray. That's really the biggest thing that can be done is to pray for peace in Haiti.
Noah's Ark and the Great Flood. A new movie uncovers the scientific evidence.
Noah's flood is real history. God judged the world in the past, and there's going to be a future judgment coming.
And as the UK bans puberty blockers, a Christian artist is reported to the police for voicing her opinion.
I was put upon by a crazy ideology and asked to agree with it. I can't, in my sensible mind.
The world's strongest military is recommitting itself to the Indo-Pacific region. And this time, the mobilization is unlike ever before. American troops are undertaking strategic exercises across Asia. It's a projection of hard power in the Indo-Pacific region. A clear message to China and North Korea that the big bad American war machine cannot be ignored. Because no matter what happens, America's military is always prepared.
After hearing what could only be described as a judgment trumpet coming from outside while the storm is wailing, he tries to calm his daughter by telling her it's okay.
It's okay, baby.
But then he captures something even more bizarre. An unidentified flying object whips past his balcony. Whatever this thing was, it was going in the opposite direction of the wind at crazy insane speeds. And to make it even more frightening, immediately after the object flies by, another loud sound comes from the sky.
It's a weird sound been going off for like every minute or so. What the hell?
An extremely loud, bass-heavy roar could be heard every minute or two, filling the entire night sky, and it went on for nearly 2 hours.
Yo, what is this sound? This is crazy. What is that?
She was so shaken up by this event, the next day she sent the video footage to her local news stations, but apparently they didn't want to cover the story for some reason. However, many people in the comments section of this video coincided with hearing similar noises on the same day in that area.
Yo, what could this be? It is loud as hell. I don't know what that is, y'all. I'm going inside.
TikTok user Nightmare Fuel, an extremely strange event is captured on camera in Mexico. Just moments before an intense earthquake, there were some very unexplainable sounds recorded along with some very unusual weather behavior. A loud slamming noise can be heard almost as if something were repeatedly crashing down into the earth. But that's not all that happened. Suddenly, a red and blue light begins to flash in the night sky, causing the entire street's power to go out, followed by a long, heavy sound that people could only describe as an extremely loud horn. Multiple people caught the event on camera, and it even made it to news outlets with no explanation as what caused these strange lights. People in the comments section of TikTok claim that this is the government testing out HAARP or Project Bluebeam, and that nothing good ever comes after hearing these noises. In the video, people were genuinely afraid. One day in particular, there was a strange sound echoing across the entire lake that no one could explain. This family captured the entire event on their cell phones, and TikTok user Flying Hawaiian 12 uploaded this.
What the f*** is that sound? You can hear that, right?
Yeah, what is it?
I've got no idea.
Initially, it almost sounds like high-pitched alarms and echoes coming from a stadium of some sort. But as the sounds continue to go on and get louder, they begin to get stranger and creepier by the minute.
Can't say anything, but I can certainly hear that. It's aliens.
It almost sounds like a plane. It's not a plane.
At one point, it almost sounds like groups of people can be heard crying or screaming from within the echoes.
Is that?
Something very strange coming from the sky during a lightning storm. He informed his viewers that every time the lightning strikes, it's followed by a strange, unexplainable sound, and he actually captured one while he was live. Take a listen.
Right now it sounds like bearings, like... Right now, here, it's gonna scream. That is so loud.
Some people in the comments claim this is more of a paranormal nature, like a banshee screaming in the night. Others say it's aliens or mythical creatures like a dragon. But whatever it was, no one can explain what would make this sound.
That is so loud.
In this clip, a man hears an insanely loud sound which can only be described as some sort of bass-heavy horn filling the entire sky outside of his apartment. He quickly goes outside to record the odd event and captures this strange noise several times.
This is scary.
Police sirens and cop cars could be heard riding all around as panic breaks out in the city.
So creepy.
Completely blown away by these strange noises he's capturing, he listens for a while longer, but after the noises appear to stop, he goes back into his apartment. However, shortly after, the strange sounds come back and begin to rumble his apartment for a second time.
What is that sound? Holy shit.
This time, after hearing the loud horns again, he captures an extremely loud rumbling, which many people also heard and described as what sounded like a plane about to crash on their rooftops. When winds begin to pick up speed, these friends capture something very loud and unexplainable. Take a listen.
Maybe even 7. I really hope that's not a tornado. don't think it is.
That's definitely a trumpet.
Again, a strange trumpet sound is heard during an approaching storm.
Тут такой звук непонятный.
A man in Russia was on his nightly walk home from work when he suddenly hears a strange sound coming from the sky.
Фиг поймешь, что вообще происходит. Может, кто-то знает, подскажите.
Although he is speaking in Russian, users in the comments section said he was asking what the hell could be making this noise. Does anyone know what this could be?
Иду домой с работы. Тут такой звук непонятный.
He genuinely sounds terrified in the video, and judging by the sounds, I can understand why. Where do you think these weird noises could be coming from?
Фиг поймешь, что вообще происходит. Может, кто-то знает, подскажите.
Outside of his home, when all of a sudden some extremely loud trumpets can be heard coming from the sky during an approaching storm.
This y'all get right. And this has been happening all day.
The man reverts to religion, saying that this is one of the judgment horns sounding and that if you're not right with the Almighty, now would be the time.
If I ain't right with the Most High, I suggest y'all get right with the Most High, because that's a trumpet.
Many people believe that the end of times will be signaled by trumpets heard from all around the world, announcing the end of times is near and the second coming is happening. These strange sounds continue for multiple minutes while he records the footage.
I ain't trying to prank nobody. That's loud. That's loud. Y'all ain't right with God, y'all need to get right.
So considering the fact that these mysterious similar sounds could be heard all around the world from multiple people at multiple times, do you think that this could be a sign of the end of days, the government, or some extraterrestrial visitors coming down for a visit?